are actually acting like letter A, denying that our home is burning and going on with business as usual, when it is clear, based on both scientific facts and on what we see around us, that the Earth, our only home, is indeed starting to catch fire and is getting dangerously warmer and warmer each year. 2017 turned out to be the third warmest year on record and the warmest year without the El Nino effect. Carbon emissions worldwide were higher in 2017 compared to the 3 years prior where emissions stayed relatively flat. At this rate, the COP21 target of limiting increase in global temperatures to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030, a goal that the Philippines has committed to, will not likely be met. So we cannot keep on pretending that the house isn't burning. It is for this reason that we emphasize the theme of this year's annual report. We collectively need to increase awareness and keep the pressure up to address this urgent concern. Otherwise, we are, in fact, running out of time. Let me move on and focus on our group's financial performance. FPH Group's total revenues increased by 13 billion pesos or 14% from 92 billion to 105 billion in 2017, following the strong performance accomplished across our energy, real estate, and manufacturing platforms. Net income attributable to FPH decreased by 4 billion or 41% to 5.9 billion in 2017 from last year's 9.9 billion, largely on account of non-recurring or one-off items related to First Gen Group's debt prepayments and gains previously recognized from San Gabriel's liquidated damages and First Philec's favorable arbitration settlement. So, more importantly, FPH delivered an attributable recurring net income of 6.8 billion, exceeding by 900 million or 15% compared to 5.9 billion previously. Our energy group, led by First Gen, reported attributable recurring earnings of 8.2 billion in 2017, higher by 533 million or 7% compared to 7.7 billion in 2016. Our clean natural gas platform continued to deliver steady recurring earnings through the reliable operations of the Santa Rita and San Lorenzo gas-fired plants, as well as the full-year contribution of the new San Gabriel and Avion plants. However, lower earnings were contributed by our geothermal platform, mainly because of the natural calamities that struck EDC's Leyte plant and the decrease in contracted capacity of the Pantabangan Masiway hydroelectric power plant. Including non-recurring items, net income attributable to First Gen amounted to 6.8 billion, 2.6 billion or nearly 30% lower than last year's 9.4 billion, reflecting the one-time debt prepayment cost and the absence of last year's gain on liquidated damages received for the San Gabriel plant. It is worth pointing out that EDC's Burgos wind farm generated more electricity due to favorable wind patterns last year. One key milestone worth highlighting was forging a strategic partnership with two of the largest global institutional investors, Macquarie Infrastructure of Australia and the Government Investment Corporation of Singapore. The consortium's 64.5 billion investment in EDC, one of the country's largest foreign direct investments last year, is a testament to the confidence in EDC's renewable platform, as well as on the increasing global support to shift away from fossil fuels in favor of renewable energy. FirstGen participated in the tender offer and partially sold a portion of its EDC shares and raised $240 million that was used for its debt reduction program. Under the new partnership, FirstGen continues to hold a majority stake in EDC, maintaining day-to-day control of the company. In 2018, we're off to a good start by securing a baseload power supply contract for 100% of San Gabriel's 414 megawatt capacity to Meralco, ensuring that more clean and affordable energy will be made available to consumers. This 6-year contract, which went through a competitive selection process, is still going through regulatory approvals. In the meantime, San Gabriel and Avion are running as merchant plants at high dispatch levels and benefiting from high spot market prices of electricity as demand increases and older baseload coal plants are going through maintenance. With the San Gabriel contract, FirstGen will now increase its total contracted capacity from 80% to 92% and provide more predictability to its revenues moving forward. We are also exploring partnerships for the establishment of the country's first liquefied natural gas regasification terminal in preparation for a post-Malampaya gas scenario in 2024. The LNG facility will be located at the FirstGen Clean Energy Complex in Batangas and will ensure the continuous supply of natural gas for all gas-fired power plants in the country. We are also planning for 2 additional natural gas power plants in Batangas. The Santa Maria and St. Joseph plants will contribute over 1,000 megawatts of clean and flexible power generating capacity as needed by the market. On the real estate front, Rockwell Land recorded a strong year in 2017 and breached the 2 billion net income mark from 1.8 billion pesos in 2016. Thanks to growth in its property portfolio and its expansion in key locations around Metro Manila, residential development was the biggest contributor to the income, with the increased completion and reservation sales for Proscenium, Sanson, The Vantage, and Edades Suites. In its office portfolio, the company also experienced higher occupancy of 8 Rockwell and the newly opened Rockwell Business Center, Sheraton. Our industrial park business, through First Philippine Industrial Park and First Industrial Township, posted a combined net income of 393 million pesos, up by 159 million or 68% from 234 million last year. We are now shifting our industrial land expansion with the development of Phase 3 of FPIP and opened the Oasis Commercial Center, offering 3 floors of commercial and retail spaces for lease to address locators' needs inside the park. For Rockwell Land and FPIP, sustainable development means creating green, livable spaces where families and communities can work and thrive. At Rockwell, our continued expansion outside of Makati City and onto other urban areas in Metro Manila and Cebu shows an increased demand to reclaim our spaces and reimagine the way we live in our cities. Patrons enjoying the Rockwell Center in Makati will be treated to an even more premium retail experience, as the mall expansion is close to completion and will offer new dining and shopping experience. Parallel to that, we are working on the Aruga Hotel, which will open its doors in 2020. Rockwell is also launching its first development with Aruga Resorts and Residences in Mactan. This brings our signature service, attention to detail, and sustainable luxury living to the Cebu market. Another development we are excited about is the redevelopment of the Benpress building in Ortigas into a 40-story office tower with 60,000 square meters of leasable space that will be both LEED and Verde certified. Envisioned to be the permanent home of the FPH Group by 2022, the new Benpress building will embody all the Lopez values built into our DNA that makes FPH an exciting place to work in. This landmark structure will redefine the Ortigas landscape and be the preferred office address in that part of the metropolis. It was also a banner year for our construction arm, First Balfour, despite a dull performance in 2017, registering lower net income of 224 million versus 486 million in 2016. First Balfour sees a bright future as it reached a historical high in order generation when it was awarded the 22 billion Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway project, envisioned to be the longest bridge in the Philippines, as well as the 5 billion peso Novaliches-Balara Aqueduct, considered an engineering milestone for being the first tunnel boring machine to be used in an urban setting in the Philippines. And last but not least, 2017 was also a good year for our electricity distribution transformer manufacturing arm. First Philec Incorporated, which recorded net income of 475 million, up by 76 million pesos or 19% from 399 million previously. First Philec is leveraging its expertise in medium to low voltage electrical distribution systems to develop smarter systems and gather useful information about how customers consume energy and achieve energy efficiency. Let me now talk about our commitment to champion low carbon development in the country. In 2016, we took a firm, unequivocal stand against coal-fired power when we said that we were not going to build, develop, or invest in any coal-fired power plants. We see alignment with global initiatives such as the Powering Past Coal Alliance at the COP23 United Nations Convention on Climate Change held in Germany last year. Though the Philippines has yet to join the alliance of over 20 countries led by the United Kingdom and Canada, and more recently, Chile. This global movement to phase out destructive coal for the sake of stabilizing the planet has long since started and is slowly but surely gaining momentum. Each of our subsidiaries, likewise, committed to a 5-year carbon reduction target. As active participants of the Global Reporting Initiative, we are using data to improve our awareness of our own impacts on the environment. And we are taking active measures to achieve net positive strategies to protect and nourish the natural environments around our own work sites. Efforts like Powering Past Coal and GRI reporting affirm the direction that FPH has taken to champion low carbon development in our country. It is sad to say, however, that we unfortunately find ourselves as an outlier in the sense that we are the only major conglomerate in the country who has truly chosen the clean energy and sustainable route as opposed to a majority of our own competitors. So while 2017 has been a good year overall, much more needs to be done and done fast. Our businesses are already moving ahead with key initiatives that will contribute to our long-term goals and secure our green growth areas in energy, real estate, manufacturing, construction, and even new ventures in education and wellness. We decided to dive deeper and have recently launched First School, a senior high school program that offers vocational training to complement the needs of the locators at the First Philippine Industrial Park. First School has a unique model of education through a dual experiential system where students are trained and equipped with the latest technologies and be given the opportunity to work with leading industrial companies located in our industrial park after they graduate. We have also acquired a majority stake in Asian Eye Institute and are developing new strategies to reimagine healthcare and wellness beyond our current investments. As a company anchored on wellness in all its forms, we are excited about developing a healthcare platform and creating impact in that space. In 2017, FPH won in the Best Sustainability Program category during the Philippine Stock Exchange Bell Awards for Excellence in Corporate Governance. While this was an important award that recognized our sincere commitment to minimize our impact on the environment, we are keeping our eye on the ball by focusing on what matters more, enlisting allies like you in our critical mission to save this burning house. Our subsidiaries, First Gen and EDC, were also recognized for their leadership in the clean energy space. First Gen was named Green Company of the Year at the 2017 Asia CEO Awards. The award recognizes the company for its leadership and participation in sustainability and environmental protection programs in the Philippines. EDC was included among the 2018 Carbon Clean 200, a global list of publicly traded companies above $1 billion market cap that are leading the way with solutions for the transition to a clean energy future. As a final point, the question worth asking is it all worth it? We believe so. We believe that the conscious decision of FPH to focus and champion low carbon development in the country is paying off, and that it is possible to do well and to do good at the same time. This can be clearly seen in our earnings base from 2010 till 2017, which has grown at an admirable compounded rate of 28%. As a conglomerate powered by good, we believe in the possibilities that we can unlock by working together, and we thank you for joining us as we forge ahead against the status quo and dream audaciously for a more livable future. We thank you once again for your continuing support.
Thank you very much, President Puno. Copies of the management report, which includes the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31, 2017, were distributed to the stockholders prior to this meeting. The management report and the financial statements include all pertinent actions undertaken during